Good evening. My name is Xylopiano. I make art and music to challenge bigotry. Subscribe to my channel if you like cozy anarchist politics. Guess what, everyone? Tomorrow is April 15th, Steal Something from Work Day. So I will be reading out loud the Crimethinc article that was posted in a community, an anarchist community, that I never know how much to share when it comes to privacy, but I'll be reading out loud the article. So enjoy. Steal Something from Workday, April 15th, every year, by Crimethinc. Getting robbed by the boss? April 15th is Steal Something from Workday. Does your boss work less than you but take home a bigger paycheck? Is somebody zipping around in a private jet at your expense? If the corporation is making money at the end of the day, that means they're not paying you the full value of your labor. That's where corporate profit comes from. So if you need something in your workplace, take it. You earned it. Steal something from work. It could be a paperclip or some cash out of the register or full-on embezzlement. If you're a barista, grab a bag of coffee. If you work at a garage, get a wrench set. If you're unemployed, take something from someone else's workplace. Unemployment works for the bosses too. It forces people to take any job they can and sends the message to other workers that if they don't knuckle under, they'll be in for it too. Steal something from work. You could share it with your friends or give it to your family, the family you never see because of your job. You could use it yourself to do something you've always dreamed of, maybe something making use of all that potential you would fulfill if only you didn't have to work for someone else all the time. Here's a lovely image of a sticker that says "Steal Something from Workday 415" inside of a workshop with lots of cool looking items to steal. I might want to steal that ladder. Don't take shit from your boss, steal it. Steal something from work. Break down the divisions that separate you from your coworkers. Work together to maximize your under-the-table profit sharing. Make sure all of you are safe and getting what you need. Don't let the boss pit you against each other. In the end, that only makes all of you more vulnerable. Build up enough trust that you can graduate from taking things from work to taking control of your workplace itself. Chances are you already steal from your work. If not physical items, at least time on the clock. Good for you. But don't stop there. Think of how much more you could take, how much more you deserve. Mark your calendar and plan ahead. April 15th is Steal Something from Work Day. Disclaimer, this website is intended as a rhetorical device only. In simple terms, it aims to uncover the already prevalent phenomenon of workplace theft, not to encourage those who otherwise would not commit such illegal acts. Neither the host nor the developers are responsible for people navigating to it or what they do afterwards. Here's a picture of the Monopoly man carrying a huge bag of money with a no symbol over it. Frequently asked questions. Is stealing something from work immoral? Stealing is immoral, yes. That's why your employers should pay you the full value they obtain from your labor, rather than paying you a fraction of it and taking the rest for themselves as profit. If you take something from the workplace, you're not stealing, but simply taking back the results of your effort. Is stealing something from work illegal? Technically, it may be. Slavery, on the other hand, was legal until December 1865. Is steal something from work day anti-employer? Hate to break it to you, boss, but your employees steal from you every day. By encouraging them to focus on one day a year, we're looking out for you. Consider this a harm reduction approach. Does steal something from Workday make it harder for employees to get away with stealing? Not significantly. The number one obstacle to employee theft is not bosses or cameras, but misguided coworkers. Steal Something from Workday is a conscientiousness-raising holiday promoting worker solidarity and legitimizing employee redistribution of wealth. And here's a lovely picture of some fortune cookies, one of which is broke open with the fortune stating "Steal from work." Not everyone has an easy time stealing from the workplace. Some demographics are singled out for surveillance, and many people can't afford to risk getting into trouble. That's true. That's why, if you are not one of those people, you should steal something from work to share with those who can't risk it themselves. I'm retired. Can I participate in Steal Something from Work Day? Yes, you can. Just go back to your former place of employment. If you had to wrestle over a pension with them, they've got it coming. It's never too late to steal something from work. I'd love to steal something from work, but I work at a local nonprofit foundation providing free services to survivors of domestic violence. If you truly love the place you work, chances are it's underfunded. That's because the for-profit mega corporations are hogging all the resources. Time to pay a visit to someone else's workplace. But my employers give to charitable causes when they make a profit. If I steal something from work, they'll have less to donate. Who do you think should choose the most deserving charitable cause for your earnings? You or some corporate bureaucrat? Just because you steal something from work doesn't mean you have to keep it all for yourself. If I steal something from work, will it make me a more selfish person? Not necessarily. By and large, people find it easier to share things when they don't have to trade their lives for them in miserable drudgery. Stealing something from work might actually make you a more generous person. What does God think about stealing from work? Academic theologians, such as German Old Testament scholar A. Alt, author of Das Verbot des Diebstahl im Decalogue, suggests that the commandment, thou shalt not steal, was originally intended against stealing people, against abductions and slavery. This lines up with Jewish interpretations of the statement as, thou shalt not kidnap. For example, as stated by Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki, famed as the author of the first comprehensive commentary on the Talmud. If this is so, the real crime is not the worker taking back a part of the fruit of his labor, but the economic system that forces him into wage slavery in the first place. Likewise, as Jesus explains, quote, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, unquote, Matthew 19:24. Don't put your employer at such a risk. And here's a picture of an underground subway with, instead of the text saying what time your train is about to arrive, the text in the screen says steal from work. What if I steal something from work and my company goes out of business? Is this biting the hand that feeds me? Corporations plan workplace shrinkage into the budget well in advance. They're practically counting on you to steal something. If that surplus goes unclaimed, it'll just stay in their coffers as more unearned profits. Will the costs of stealing something from work be passed on to consumers? Your employers are shrewd businessmen. If they were simply trying to distribute goods to the needy as affordably as possible, they'd be in a different line of work. That means if they could be charging customers more, they already would be. The prices of their products are determined by the market, not by the cost of producing them. But won't stealing something from work destabilize the economy? What if the market crashes again? Will stealing something from work bring about the end of the world? Are you kidding? Who does all the work in this society, bosses or workers? If anything, things would go more smoothly without bosses. If every corporation went out of business tomorrow and we could get our hands on all the resources the bosses and the ruling class have hoarded, don't you think we'd be able to distribute them more sensibly? They're lucky we don't steal everything. Will stealing something from work inhibit real social change? Shouldn't we be organizing to address the root of our problems rather than acting individualistically? Maybe you're onto something. But stealing something from work doesn't prevent you from organizing collectively. For example, you could coordinate with your coworkers to share what you pocket. Really, what good would it do to get organized together if you were still afraid to take what you deserve? On the other hand, imagine if we could go beyond taking things from our workplaces and take over the workplaces themselves. Why is April 15 Steal Something from Work Day? As most employees know, every day can be steal something from work day. But we can't encourage people to go steal from their workplaces all the time. For all we know, that would be illegal. The best we can do is ask people to limit their workplace theft to one day a year. If there was ever a good day to steal something from work, it has to be April 15, tax day. For the government, every April 15 is steal something from you day. They take your hard-earned money and dump it right into some oil war or backroom deal. That's yet another way the corporations are making out at your expense. Don't take it sitting down. Steal something from work. Here's a picture of a man in a business suit pocketing hundreds of dollars with the caption, "Remember who's stealing from you." Here's some super cool stickers that say steal, 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 some, thing, 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 from, work, 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 day, 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 415. A downloadable PDF sheet of our classic Steal Something from Work Day stickers. If you don't steal from your boss, you're stealing from your family. This April 15th is Steal Something from Work Day. Crimethinc.com. Your job is stealing your life. Take a little back. April 15th is Steal Something from Work Day. Stealfromwork.crimethinc.com. Bosses, landlords, and tax collectors steal from you. Turnabout is fair play. This April 15th is Steal Something from Work Day. Stealfromwork.crimethinc.com. Don't take shit from your boss. Steal it. This April 15th is Steal Something from Work Day. Stealfromwork.crimethinc.com. We get a close-up of Steal Something from Work Day, 415. If your coworker needs something, look the other way. It's a cool picture of a guy who looks like he's stealing from work. He's reaching into a cabinet full of all kinds of cool sprays and office materials, and he looks like he's got a big smile on his face because he knows he's about to steal from work. And then here's his coworker who is looking the other way. Steal something from work. It could be a paperclip or some cash out of the register or full-on embezzlement. If you're a barista, grab a bag of coffee. If you work at a garage, get a wrench set. If you're unemployed, take something from someone else's workplace. Unemployment works for the bosses too. It forces people to take any job they can and sends a message to other workers that if they don't knuckle, they'll be in for it too. Look at that guy. He's got a big smile on his face because he's stealing from work. Hang in there. April 15 is Steal Something from Work Day. Steal something from work. Does your boss work less than you but take home a bigger paycheck? Is somebody zipping around in a private jet at your expense? If the corporation is making money at the end of the day, that means they're not paying you the full value of your labor. That's where corporate profit comes from. So if you need something in your workplace, take it. You earned it. And this is the waitress carrying way too many dinners. She looks like she could use a few dinners herself. Stealfromwork.crimethinc.com. Don't take shit from your boss. Steal it. Yes. And we read all of the frequently asked questions. All right. Direct action gets the goods. I heart workplace theft. Abolishing capitalism. None of these options are long-term solutions. We live in a civilization based on the separation of society into haves and have-nots. This cannot be allowed to continue. The entirety of potential political and social structures don't balance on the axis of capitalism, and democracy somehow always lumped with capitalism, versus state socialism. Capitalists would love for you to believe that, of course, because state socialism is so clearly a terrible idea. They would love for people to think capitalism is the only alternative to Stalinist atrocity, that our only choice is between two sets of rulers. Capitalism is an atrocity, however, as a quick survey will let us know. Capitalism, the idea of not working for your money but instead siphoning the wealth produced by others, has led us to the very brink of planetary ecocide with its mindless search for profit, a feature included even in the dictionary definition and the legal responsibility of corporations to their shareholders. Many people have theorized ways of eradicating the rampant criminality of capitalism. Communism isn't actually a dirty word and can mean a whole host of things, many of which are as far from Stalinism as a system could possibly be. But the simplest one is this: we, as small communities, often overlapping ones, can make decisions for ourselves by the means we best see fit. We can feed and care for ourselves and each other. We can work in ways that make us happy. We can work for projects that actually concern us. I'd call that anarchism. Others may call it autonomism, horizontalism, decentralization, direct democracy, or just common sense. But to do this, we have to take back our stolen wealth. The rich have the things they have because they are dirty, stinking thieves, whether they know it or not. If we don't let the ruling class rule us, we won't be ruled. They need us. We don't need them. We are many and they are few. Taking action through theft, squatting, direct action, or even by advocating anarchism can risk arrest. But would you prefer to spend most of your waking life being exploited? Or should we risk a fraction of our lives by immediately beginning the project of our liberation with the chance of gaining our freedom? We have nothing to lose and a world to gain. After seizing control of the factory, the workers march to the owner's neighborhood, along with their partners, friends, and children. They tear down the fences of his gated community and pour through its quaint streets, a riotous torrent. The security guards withdraw in fear as the mob approaches. By the time the people reach the boss's house, he is long gone. On the return journey, one former employee sets down a box of books to slap a mosquito on her arm. Her daughter, lugging an armful of groceries, is surprised. "Wow, Mom, that mosquito had a lot of blood in her." "That's not her blood, my dear," her mother responds. "That's my blood." I want to read the rest, but my voice is really tired because I just read all of this out loud on the server that I was on. But there was nobody who joined me when I announced that I was going to be doing it, which is no problem. So now I'm streaming it on YouTube, but I'm going to pause there. If you want, definitely go check out the second half of this pamphlet I was just reading, I Heart Workplace Theft. It has some really good points about what profit is. And make sure you steal something. I'm not encouraging anyone to steal something from work. I'm just spreading the word that steal something from workday is tomorrow. So plan accordingly, celebrate the holiday, encourage encourage us to collectively gather together. Definitely look the other way if someone else is stealing from work. And I am definitely not encouraging anyone to steal from work. Tomorrow is Steal Something from Work Day. So this is Xylo. If you like the channel, Cozy Anarchist Politics, drop me a tip. My Cashapp is $xylopiano. Or you can subscribe to my, definitely subscribe to my YouTube and my Patreon, patreon.com/xylopiano. You'll get access to my exclusive Discord server for only $5 a month. It's called Spicy Left, a sensual Discord server for my fans. And hoping you enjoy the rest of your night.